All right, and we're back with another one. Chase Kendall, welcome back to another episode of Keno Cast. This is your host, formerly known as Bad Luck Chuck, at CPN for the win on all your social media networks. My guy Country is on the right here. We are back. We're in the off season, as everyone knows. Playoffs still going along, but we got a lot of things to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Country, how you feeling?
I'm sleepy, but it's okay though. What's up?
Sleepy. Well, we're gonna try to get through as quick as possible since
No,
you're ready
it's
to go
all
to
good.
bed here. But yeah, man, we got some things to talk about here. So
Yeah.
let's talk about these recent shakeups, man. So we got Connor Breeze out the building now. Ty
Yes.
Bateman is out the building.
Uh-huh.
Dave Told is staying. He got another
Yeah.
year. Let's see. Joe Blameyer, he's out.
He got fired too?
That's for what I'm seeing.
Oh
I'll double.
wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
I'll double check on that.
I know Todd Whittingham. I think his name is Todd Whittingham. I
No,
don't know what he did.
uh, Alex winning him because he's going to
Alex.
Michigan. He's going to
Yeah, he went to
Michigan
Michigan. Uh-huh.
to join his dad. Join his
Yeah.
dad, Kyle.
And then Louis went with him,
Yeah, the wide receiver
whoever
coach.
Louis is.
hmm
I
So
can't.
this dude, DG man, is everywhere he
Is that
plays.
DG? I can't see
Yeah.
the comments right now.
Oh, you good. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
this
yeah.
yeah, he said Xavier Worthy's a bust. Man, we're gonna get into all that
He
later on,
is,
bro.
bro. He's trash. He's trash, man. I don't know why you hanging on to that, DG.
It's
Let that
absolutely
boy
funny.
go, man. He's trash, boy. The boy's
That's
trash.
That's absolutely funny. So yeah,
All
man,
right.
that's a few shakeups that we had so far. We still looking for our OC, but it's been leaked that we're kind of waiting to see how things play out throughout these playoffs before we do anything. I mean, how do you feeling about the shakeup so far?
We asked for change. Um, you and pretty much all the change we asked for, most of the change we asked for was on the offensive side. It looked like from OC, running back coach, wide receiver coach. I'm not sure about Joe, the quarterback coach yet, but we'll double check that. We asked for change. It's happening. I was not an opponent of Dave Tobe, but if Dave Tobe is coming back, you got to take some of them personnel decisions from him or something. Um, that special teams was mediocre at best. Um, uh, I think Jack Cochran is a great guy. I met him before, but it was too many penalties. We were hearing his name too much. Um, my guy Josh, we was hearing his name a lot on penalties. I talk about my friends too. Bucker fell off a cliff. He kind of got it back towards the end, but it was inconsistent all year. So I really wanted to get rid of Dave Toll. My man Kyle Henney from Kingdom Says Podcast asked me a question today. Who would you replace him with? And we also talked about Spags with that too. And I was like, I don't know. Anybody's better than what we were getting. It's like, I know Spags is a Hall of Fame guy, man, but some of the things that he was not doing or not paying attention to, or some of the things that he's stubborn about, that's not a Hall of Fame coach to me. That's like, I don't know. It's like, and Dave Toll might be, he's still one of the top special team coaches in the league, apparently, but maybe they just getting old. Maybe they getting complacent. Maybe they were just used to winning. It was all working, but people think you panicking because you saying this guy should be on a hot seat or that guy should be on a hot seat or this guy should be worried about his job. It's not 1 year of bad football. It's oh, that didn't look good. I didn't like that. But we won. You know what I'm saying? Um, oh, I really don't like that. But damn, we did make the Super Bowl. It's hard to correct, like, it's hard to like break something down where you're winning at the same time because it's like, well, what do you? I mean, we are winning. You know what I'm saying? But you overlook certain things and then finally it all snowballed, and it was the perfect time. And now you got injuries in it, you got suspensions in it, you got lack of discipline in it, and all that snowballed together into this terrible season we just had. It happens, but that's how it happens. And I don't want it to go where next year we looking at the same issues and we're having the same bad year. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody's a year older. Chris is on his way out completely now. Travis is definitely retiring now. Mahomes is a year removed from ACL. Like those things start to add up, man, and I just don't want it to snowball into something greater. So I'm trying to stop it, fix it now, put the Band-Aid on it, rehab, build it back up, and then come out stronger for the next year. That's what I'm on right now.
Yeah. By the way, Joe Blademeyer, there's nothing official on that, so
Okay. Is
got some
that a
fake news.
rumor though?
Possibly, but for now, it's just fake news. So he's still on the staff for now.
Okay. Fake news.
Oh boy,
uh,
our current president, dog.
hey, but man, we definitely not about to get
Right,
into that.
right.
We definitely needed a running back coach. I think that our running backs they were doing what they could, but I mean the talent has slipped. Pacheco, I guess the injury was a little bit more than we thought it was. He tried to come back early, I think, and that might have just hurt it more. His burst was kind of gone. Kareem, Kareem is what Kareem is. Like we weren't expecting him to be rookie year Kareem, but he was good on third and shorts, goal line guy. But you need a little bit more than that. Never got to really see what Damian Pierce was to the end, and even then, we still didn't get to see. Hopefully, he comes back and has some sort of role. We didn't really get to see a lot of Brashard Smith. He looked promising towards the end, but it was all over by then. But he looked promising. So your foundation is, well, really right now, your foundation is Smith. Um, you're gonna have to add to that running back room. Hopefully, there's a couple of free agents that I like that probably won't break the bank. There is a free agent that might break the bank, which is Brees Hall. You were interested in him. You showed a major interest during the trade deadline. He's a free agent. The Jets aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Um, so maybe you can pry him away from the Jets and then make that move. And I still think you need to add to the room though. I'm recording. What's up?
Nah, but
Okay.
you mentioned Brees Hall, right?
Sorry about that.
Oh, you good? And about boosting the running back room, because the running back room was definitely arguably the weakness in the NFL. As you guys, I mean, I saw a stat by our San Francisco 49ers stat. It's a
Oh,
stat
the
account.
3 runs, the 3 20-yard runs.
Yeah, we only had three explosive runs all season long, basically, and
Yeah, and
that's awful. It's got to be a lot better.
Mahomes was one.
Yeah. Then Kareem was the other one. Then Xavier Worthy. And to DG's comment
A
about that,
bust.
man. I don't know why. I don't know why people are getting on Xavier, bro. Because I saw somebody getting on Xavier in the comments about that long run on the reverse, and it's like, dude, like, have you ever heard of pursuit angles? Like, Nate Wiggins had the angle to run him down. Like, he had no choice but to get out of bounds, basically.
I'm just, bro. I'm serious. I'm blocking all foolishness. Uh, um, y'all can stand McCole Hardman. Now he ain't even that. Now he ain't even. Now everybody's standing up for McCole Hardman. All of a sudden, um, he clearly was hurt. He just got out of surgery. He was hurt all year. He had the shoulder. He had the ankle. He's not a gadget guy. He's a little bit more than that. Um, y'all want him to connect on the deep ball, but it's like if I can't raise my hand over my shoulder, what am I gonna do with the deep ball then? So um, we've touched on the fact that he wasn't properly coached. Um, hopefully we get a real wide receiver coach in there, Jeremy Macklin for wide receiver coach. Um, that's Kingdom Cast stamped and approved. Jeremy Macklin for wide receiver coach. vote.
Yeah.
Um, he wasn't properly coached. Let's see how he looks. Get healthy. Let's see how he looks with a proper coach, with a new OC. How does that OC use him? Man, it's too early to call him a bust, bro. And Carrington, friend of the show, has been on his head for the last. Man, Carrington been on his head for the last couple of weeks. Um, I don't get it. I don't get what y'all want, and it's like y'all spoiled, man. Y'all just come out and want to see Randy Moss, and everybody ain't that, bro. Everybody
Well,
ain't
Randy
that.
Moss, he ain't got that kind of build.
I mean, but even I don't know. I'm just saying they expect to see a Hall of Fame fresh out the gate. Oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Like
But you want,
that
but you
ain't
want
how
to
that
kill me.
works.
But you want to know what kill me though? Carrington want to compare Xavier Worthy to Tavon Austin already. I said, bro,
Man, that was
can we
that was
calm
so
down?
disrespectful.
Can we
That
calm
was
down?
so
Some
disrespectful.
shit. Golly.
That was so disrespectful,
Like,
bro.
what are we doing, bro?
I don't know. Wait, you got to fill them 4 hours a day on radio.
Dang.
But Tavon Austin is crazy, bro. That's
And
bad.
Tavon was a dog in high school and college, but come on, man.
Yeah, he was a dog at West Virginia.
Yeah,
He was the reason I wanted Geno Smith. So we ain't
yeah,
always right, but
right.
man, get a kid a chance. He ain't even his third year. First of all, okay, let's break down his career so far. First year, he wasn't supposed to be a number. What he ended up being the number two guy. He wasn't supposed to be that. Not out the gate. Injuries forced him to be more than he was supposed to do. He was rushed into his spot. Second year, he comes out, first play of the game, third play of the game, or whatever.
And they
Travis
kick him
Kelsey
out.
runs into him, separates his shoulder, knocks him out for 4 weeks. He's going to fight with it. He's going to play with a torn labrum for the rest of the season. He bangs up his ankle because he's not getting used properly. I don't, like his first two seasons are damn near a wash. And for y'all to be celebrating McCole Hardman's year and y'all were asking for DK Metcalf his entire damn career is just disrespect. Like for real, are you serious? Are you serious? You've been asking for DK Metcalf his entire career, and you see what DK Metcalf did Monday night. So yeah, at least McCall Hardman got Super Bowl rings under his name.
Yeah, DK had a hot first quarter, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, the 29-year-old. I ain't gonna say that, but he ain't what y'all think he is, bro. And he wouldn't have been that here either. Y'all, bro, context matters, bro. And y'all take things out of context. When McCall was here, it was Tyreek, it was Sammy Watkins, Travis Kelsey, and Kareem Hunt. We had a great off. He didn't have to come in and be the man. He never had to come in and be the man. All he had to do was be a compliment. That's all he had to do. I don't know why y'all put the expectations on him like he's a savior. He didn't have to be a savior when he came in. All he had to do was be fast. It's
Yeah,
just, bro, it's just y'all trying to compare apples and oranges, bro. It's not the same. Xavier Worthy's position is not the one that McCole Hardman was in at all. It ain't even close.
yeah, really
I
different
mean,
roles.
Xavier Worthy didn't come into a Hall of Fame career, Tyreek Hill, or in his prime, Travis Kelsey. He didn't have that type of help. Look at our receiving core, that same receiving core that y'all praised Mahomes with winning the Super Bowl with. That's what he was a part of. It's not the same. Dang. It's like context don't even matter no more with fans, bro.
Yeah, man, it's all about the hot takes and hot clicks, man.
Yeah, hot takes, hot clicks. That's what vidIQ says we should do with our channel. More hot takes, more toxic. That's how you get more subscribers. So, yeah, Xavier Worthy's a bust, and he's trash, and we should just trade him and Rasheed Rice and like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, you mentioned about the wide receiver coach. I heard they was looking to bring Ray Lewis back. I don't know if it's for that position, but that's the latest I heard with that.
Please, please
Good.
bring in a guy that coaches the position that he once played. Please.
Mhm.
Um,
Uh,
yeah,
here's, here's
please.
another here's another subject I want to touch on. It's the offense coordinator position.
Yep,
Because there is some controversy with bringing EB back, even though he got results, very very good results when he was the OC here before. I know some
yep.
people gonna give Andy Reid credit. Yes, Andy Reid's the head coach. He's the offensive minded head coach. I get all of that, but we was top three in pretty much every single offensive category on a consistent basis for the most part during his time here. Now, some people have concerns about EB if he comes back, he may not be able to adjust to what these defenses are coming out in now. And it's like I understand that EB hasn't, adjusted to these new defenses, but here's my thing. The only mostly you get like single high coverage, you know what I'm saying? They can take away like the short stuff and they'll force you to, hit something underneath and take away the deep ball, but I just want people to kind of relax on that a bit because let's say EB does come back here. Let's say he can adjust and try to get this offense to another level, back to pretty much what it was in the earlier year. Who's to say that he can't do it? Like it's just I get the doubts, I get the concerns, thinking just him forcing Andy Reid to run the football is not going to be enough. But we don't know. But we don't know what EB has learned from his experiences in Washington, UCLA, and currently with the Chicago Bears. We don't know if EB's going to bring something new to the table. He may bring something new to the table based on those experiences.
I
That's all I'm saying.
I get it that people think, oh, EB's coming back. It's the same old. But when the same old, I understand you want a new voice, but I mean, it's not like he was unsuccessful when he was here. Like the numbers say that they were the number one offense, number one this, number one that, number one that. Like you don't just lose that, right? And then he knows the people that he's dealing with. He knows Patrick Mahomes. He knows the quarterback. He knows the system like the back of his hand. So how can he not add to the system? I'm confused on why people think that EB was like in a holding pattern and didn't learn nothing while he was gone. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like he's not a dumb guy, so he's a smart guy. I'm sure he picked up things from Ben Johnson. I'm sure he picked up things in UCLA. I'm sure he picked up things in Washington. You've seen what worked. You've seen what didn't work. And I know when EB gets here, he's gonna get a big ass folder and a lot of tape. I'm sure he's gonna go through all of that. And he knows Pat. So what does Pat need to be more comfortable? And then Pat was asking for new ideas, new identity, accountability. That's what I meant to say, not new identity, but accountability. He needs somebody that's gonna be in his face. Who's the guy that was all in his face? Who's the guy that fans been clamoring for ever since he left?
It sounds like you want EB back
Sound like you want EB back.
from some of the
I
words that
don't
I picked up on.
I don't know where y'all heard Cliff Kingsbury in that because I didn't hear it. And I don't want it.
But you know why he was brought up though, because he coached him in college. That's the main reason
Yeah,
why
but they
Cliff was
weren't
brought.
good in college.
Yeah,
Their defense was terrible, right?
yeah, and on top of that, they ran even more shotgun than what we did this year
Right. And what
in
was
Washington.
the knock on Patrick Mahomes when he got to the league? Air raid quarterbacks don't win in the NFL. Why would we try to run the air raid offense that he ran at Texas Tech?
Can he play under center? Those them questions came up.
Those questions came up. His
And,
footwork.
and from a schematic standpoint, yeah, is there a chance when Evie comes back here, we still being the shotgun more than what a lot of fans would like to? I mean, yeah, there is a chance,
That's the
but
game, though. Everybody's in the shotgun now.
I mean, I don't know about that. There's still a few teams that are willing to go under center and keep it
I
balanced
mean,
to understand for the most part.
yeah, I get that. We got to get under center more. We got to run the ball more.
Yeah, and who's to say that EB won't do that though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like everybody's already focused on their answer already, and you ain't even seen. Let's fill out the staff first. Let's see who the running back coach is. Let's see who the wide receiver coach is going to be. Let's see if EB is actually going to be the OC. It might be Matt Kafka. Who knows? I know it's not going to be Mike McDaniel because Mike McDaniel wants to get a head coaching job. Why would he come here to let Andy get all his credit and ruin his chances at a head coach job? Like, yeah, you did that, but you didn't call no plays. You didn't have no say so. Like,
yeah,
why?
that's what the
So,
perception's gonna be. And you
yeah,
saw that with
eliminate
EB.
him. Eliminate him out of the thing. Kingsbury, I don't think he's ready yet.
Yeah, that would be
The
a
other
bad
kid
mix
in
for him.
The Rams kid,
Yeah,
I
Nate Shieldhouse, the guy that played at Rockhurst here in
yeah,
Kansas City.
I, I don't get how he's just I don't know. They got like a savior complex on the kid. Like he's gonna come in and automatically change something. And it's
But
like,
but you
if
know
you
it's
don't
the
think
whole
EB could change something, how could this young kid come out of nowhere and change something?
But you know, it's the whole young, fresh mind. You know what I'm saying? Um, maybe able to bring fresh ideas since he's a younger cat. You know what I'm saying? But he has contributed to the Rams' offense being what it is this year.
We
You know what
know
I'm
that.
saying? They
How do we
passed.
know that?
You said, how do I know that?
Yeah.
I, I mean, he got to have some type of involvement. I don't know what his exact role is. Like, I know he's the passing game coordinator, but I don't know how much input he has on the offense specifically.
Right.
Sean McVay.
That's what I'm saying. And then Chris said he might be the assistant passing game court. Like he ain't even the head guy. Like I don't know. I don't think he's ready. I think it's a good story, but I don't know if he's ready to be OC of the Chiefs. You
And what's crazy is that this is only his second year with the Rams.
uh yeah, he ain't got enough time. But this is what I'm saying. Our OC has to have first of all, you have to have Patrick Mahomes respect. First and foremost. I don't think some young 35-year-old guy is gonna come in and Pat's gonna be like, yeah, nah, I ain't doing that, bro. I don't. That's not what I do. You know what I'm saying? I think Pat is at the level now where it's literally Pat's team, and the only person that can shut Pat down is Andy Reid. You need a coordinator that can talk to him like man on man, and some rookie OC that they never did. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know if he's ready to handle that task of quarterback, like coaching Patrick Mahomes. Because we know from the last guys that just got fired, they were scared to coach Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Y'all remember the
It's,
comments that came out after the Super Bowl? We're scared of losing with Pat. Like, yeah, they needed to be fired. Matter of fact,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
That was just so ridiculous when I heard all that, man.
That was embarrassing. But I, I think it's a lot of factors that go into hiring this guy. And it looks like all signals are pointing to them getting the old band back together. The old band had some hits, but
Yeah.
do they got some new dance steps? I don't know. Did they learn something when they were solo? Is it new edition again? Or are we just adding Bobby Brown and Johnny Gill to the group? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, shout out to New Edition.
yeah, they went solo, and then when they came back, okay, we can add a little bit of this. Ralph Trashman is a smooth, silky guy. BBD got the hip hop influence. We can add some raps into our stuff. Johnny Gill's a crooner. We can add ballads and sing, and he could just go off and do this. Bobby Brown has stage performance, and he got the hip hop vibe too. We
Hmm.
can take that and add it into the group.
It's
We
my
seen what they did
prerogative.
apart. Now we come back and make this super group. You know what I'm saying? Is it gonna be like that? I hope. I mean, I hope so. I'm sure Greg Lewis learned some things while he was gone. EB
Mhm.
learned things while he was gone. Mike Kafka's been gone for 5 years. I'm sure he learned something outside of the Andy Reid system. Like,
Mhm.
I don't get it. You know what I'm
So,
saying? Like,
yeah, so Chris said Aubrey Pleasant is the main passing game coordinator for the Rams, but Nate does help out. So like here's my thing that I want to know with Nate, like how much is he involved with like, the entire strategy of the pass game? Like how much involvement does he have with, the route concepts? How
yeah,
much involvement does he have with like setting protections, adjustments at the line?
yeah.
How much input does he have in like situational football, where you do have to throw the football?
I wouldn't mind
Like,
bringing him in as a quarterback coach, but I'm not ready to give him complete OC. I'm
yeah,
just, even though it's Andy, like Alex Smith said, it's Andy Reid's offense anyway.
yeah.
At the end of the day. That's why I don't think you're going to get the attractive OCs because it's Andy Reid's offense anyway. And if you win, it's still going to be Andy Reid offense. He going to get all the credit.
And it's
You feel
like,
me? It's
this
not the most attractive job, bro.
this the indication that I'm getting from the Chiefs. Like they ain't even brought up Nate's name as far as like bringing in an interview. Like
Whose
it's
name
clear,
have they brought up?
it's
They ain't
clear
brought
as
up nobody's name.
right. It's the same guys. It's clear as day that Andy Reid is gonna stick to what he's comfortable with and who he knows. That's what I've gotten out of the latest news with the Chiefs. So.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
yeah, getting interviews. So,
so here's my thing. I know what I'm gonna get with EB if he's come back here at office coordinator. Now Mike Kafka, I kind of know what I'm getting, but my thing I want to see with Mike Kafka is he gonna hold some accountability in the locker room if he does take this OC job, if he does come back here.
yeah.
But I'm willing to give him a chance. So
I mean, I think some guys, Chris, some guys get interviews just to get that on their resume. You know how that works
that's
too.
true.
Where
That is true.
go out there, try to interview, see how it goes, and then next year you'll be hot and you already went through the process and you'll be a hot guy. That happens too. Let's not get it confused. I'm not saying that he's not doing what he's supposed to do, but at the same time, how hard is it to game plan for Matt Stafford and Puka, like and
Man, they
Devontae
they
Adams? It's
they
like
got all kinds of weapons over there.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's not that crazy. I,
But what there's the other coaching topic involved with the Chiefs. Dave Tobe, he remains as the special teams coach. Here
yeah,
and it came down to the organization or Andy Reid, I guess, feeling like it was more so on the players than Dave Tobe. And my thing
man,
is this: our return game has not been great these past few seasons. And Dave Tobe was vouching for guys like Jack Cochran that you mentioned earlier in the show to make the team, in which I said he shouldn't have made the team. And you brought up Josh Williams and his penalties. So like I feel like Jay Toe should get just as much of the blame as the players. Like Harrison Bucker, he just got paid. He all of a sudden can't make kicks on a consistent basis. So it's like, what's up? What's going on?
yeah. What are you doing? Like, are you coaching or are you just happy to be here?
You're
Like,
just there for the ride now.
and yeah, it looked like he just, bro. He. It was at points in times that when they did do something, he just looked like a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
uh, clearly, Buckers is struggling with his kick and with his form. He ended up injuring himself because you let him just keep doing it. You let him keep falling on his knee every time. Like, coach, bro, coach? What are you doing? Please coach him. Please help him. Tell him stop doing that. We could all see it, bro. Why are you falling to your knee? Like the first time he did that, I would have been like, "What was that? Did you slip? I'm trying something new. Try something else. Don't do that no more. That's crazy." There are comments. I cannot see the comments, so you're gonna
No
have to
problem.
put
I'm
them.
gonna
I
pull
don't
them up.
know.
My bad.
I
My
don't know
bad.
what I did to my screen, but
Yeah. You
let's
done
say
something.
who
I'll
using
see
an
you.
interview to get your present employee to give pay. But yeah,
That's
thank you.
also
Yeah,
true, John.
you do that. That
And
is
then
true. Um,
Chris said Joe fired Joe Blake Myers, pass game coordinator, hired Matt Kafka as your pass game coordinator, and EB as your OC. I mean, I'm cool with that.
I I went on record and said I would like to hire them both. Dang, what are they doing? You know what I'm saying? Kafka looked like he's out of a job today. With the hiring of John
Oh
Harbaugh.
my gosh. I feel
Yeah,
sorry for Giants fans, man. Oh man. But
I don't know. Let's see him with a real quarter. I mean, not a real quarterback. Let's see him with another quarterback.
yeah, you about to go there.
I was, but I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna go
Right.
there.
Like Jackson Dart didn't just get to the league. But anyhow,
Yeah.
back to Dave Toll. Yeah, man. We'll see. I'm just not a fan of keeping him one more year. I just feel like we're gonna get the
Uh,
same stuff. We're gonna get the same stuff we just had this past season.
I'm gonna take personnel decisions away from him. Though I'm taking that power away from him.
Yeah, I mean that's not that. I feel like I feel like it's the only way it could work better for this upcoming season if you take away personnel decisions because essentially those personnel decisions is
But
what made our special teams horrible
not
this year.
not only him. I want to take personnel decisions away from everybody except Andy Reid. I want you to suggest who you would like, and you can bring me film on who you like and all that stuff, and I'll take it in consideration. But yeah, the final decision gonna be me and Andy Reid if I'm Brett Beach. I'm trusting my scouting department, and I'm trusting I'm trusting my own research. We've been working on this all year, so I know what this team needs, and I'll definitely take your preference. I mean, I'll take your thoughts into consideration, but I'm gonna get who I want to get, and you either play them or you got to go.
Yeah,
Period. I'm over it, and like I said, me and Kyle Henning had a whole conversation about Spags, and I love Spags. I really do. I respect Spags. I think he's probably one of the first Hall of Fame coordinators, but your style, bro. It ain't. I know you beat Brady. I know you beat the undefeated Pats, and that was great. But that was like 30 years ago, dog. I need speed. I need athleticism. I need some dogs out there. You can't get no pass rush from your 4-man fronts. You're gonna have to draw up all these exotic blitzes, and you don't trust certain. Bro. I'm giving you the players. I'm giving you the groceries. Cook the food, bro. Just that's it. But I gotta take that away from you, bro. Because it's not working, bro. It's not. And we keep seeing it every year. The pass rush ain't working. Every year the pass rush. Every year Chris Jones by himself. Every year you can't get no sacks. Or your DBs are leading in the sacks. Like that's crazy. Why is your safety leading in sacks? Or your best corner, Trent McDuffie? Why is your secret plan to send him on a blitz every time? I can't. We can't keep doing that, bro. We can't keep living like that. And if you don't trust the players, then I gotta find somebody to trust the players. Like Seth and Briscoe were on Weird Games, and they were talking about Shamari Connor and why do you keep running him out there in the same position and he keep getting burnt the same way. He keep getting burnt. Put
and
him
yeah,
in the proper position. Put him in a position to succeed, bro. You're not doing that. I don't care that you trust him or you don't trust Jaden Hicks.
right. I was just about to get to that.
How can
You
you
want
trust
to?
him when he keep making the same mistake over and over? He keep getting burnt on third and whatever. Third and whatever. Where's 27? Josh Allen did it. Bo Nix did it. Trevor Lawrence did it. Name a quarterback. They
Dak
all
Prescott
did
did it.
it. Find 27. Because he's going to be out of position. He's not playing the proper place. He can't man to man. He should probably be playing deep safety or something, but he's not. He's guarding guys. He's an easy target. They did it all year. Find 27.
Yep.
all
Simple as
year.
that. Simple as that,
You're
bro.
a Hall of Fame coordinator. Why can't you see this? I'm a regular fan on the couch. Fine 27, first down. Damn.
Yep. It was either 27 or 23
Yeah.
for the most part. One of those two guys.
And uh, before that, shout out to him. He's a great guy, but it was Najee Johnson before that. You playing these guys out of position. You're playing Najee at corner. He's a safety.
Mm-hmm.
It's not working. Put him at safety, bro. I'll go get you a corner. Like it got to be a conversation. It got to be a conversation. For the life of me, I think there's a communication breakdown between Spags and Brett Veach. I swear to God, and we'll never find out because it'll never come out. But I swear there's a breakdown between Spags, what he wants, and what Brett Veach can go get. It started with the Joshua Usay thing, and it just keeps spiraling. You keep
It
playing
bubbled over.
safeties at corner. You keep playing linebackers that can't cover. Okay, Nick Bolton can't cover. I know Nick Bolton can't cover. We've known that since he left Missouri. So put somebody in there that can cover on third down. He can tackle though. Like, I don't know. It's just
But it's
frustrating, bro.
this thing with Nick Bolton though, man. Like this is what I don't get from people in regards to Nick Bolton. Nick Bolton is literally the quarterback of the defense. He gets people in position before the snap, and he does a pretty good job at it. It's just that this year, man, like you said, Spaz trusted guys too much that often get cooked, and it hurt
And
us
get cooked
specifically on
all the
third and long.
time.
On third and long specifically, that's when it really
All the
freaked me.
time. Tranquil was getting cooked all year. Shamari was getting cooked all year. Like, bro, and they just kept trotting them out there. I swear, Denver, Bo Nix is all he did was say, "Ooh, we're 27 at. I'm gonna throw it there." That's what Dak Prescott did. Killed us all night. All he did was look for 27. And Trent had a bad game that time, but then for the last game, you want to play Noah Williams 100% of the snaps. Like, but where was he at a couple weeks ago? You could have like there's solutions. It's a difference. Who's the backup for Nick Bolton?
All right, you said who's the
Uh,
backup?
yeah, I'm saying
Um,
what is your
oh,
alternative to Nick Bolton on third down?
well,
I'm hoping it ain't Drew Tranquil. Or some people say put Leo there, but they don't use Leo like that either.
yeah,
I,
and that's another problem. That's another problem. Like Leo, I felt like he could have did more in this scheme, and Spash just didn't do it, man. He didn't move him around like I thought he was gonna move him around.
And they make promises and they don't fulfill on them. Leo was supposed to be playing defensive end, rotating around, doing all this type of stuff. Who was that other kid that Spags Veach went and got? The kid from Arizona. He was supposed to be like that. Was it? I want to say Cam Thomas, but I know that's not his name. We traded for him in the early. We traded him for him like in the off season. He was from Arizona, white kid. I can't think of his name right
Yeah,
now.
you had it. You had it right. It was Cameron Thomas. You're right.
Cameron Thomas
Yep.
never used him. Never. I can't. I can't even think of no snaps that he had. Never used them. You trade for Joshua Usay. Never you like what are we doing? What are we doing? We need speed, bro. I went out, got you speed. Now you don't want to play the speed. I love Mike Danner too, man, but we need an upgrade. I love Charles to death. Oh, many of you. Great guy. Really, really a great guy. But the production wasn't there. The production wasn't there. And I know he's coming off injury and he worked hard. during that injury to come back, I seen it for myself. I seen him getting the stretching and all that and working out. The guy worked hard to come back. I don't know what happened, but you have solutions in the building and you're not using them. You have a Noah Williams in the building and you're not using them. You have a Christian Fulton in the building. He might have some bumps and some heartache because he's coming back from injury. But look what happened when he came back from injury.
Yeah,
It's just frustrating, bro. It's like hitting your head up against the wall every time. And it's like, bro, like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
that's how I felt about our running game this year.
Same thing. Same thing. We all love Pacheco. We met Pacheco this year at St. Joe. Great guy. Great guy. But it's front of the jersey, bro. It's not about bro.
You
Man,
you
I
want you want to know
stopped.
what's you want to know what's crazy, bro? Like the past two running backs that we done drafted, they look good starting out, but then all of a sudden, when they get a serious foot injury, they don't come back the same. And like you saw it with Clyde, and then you saw it with Pacheco this season. Like he just didn't look the same. Like he didn't have that same explosiveness. And then the
Yeah,
vision got even worse.
yeah. I remember he ran into that dude in Jacksonville. He ran into the guard. I think he ran into Joe Tooney or something. I was like, I've never seen nobody do that.
Are you talking about when we played them in the early afternoon? You
We
talking about
played
that game?
him the Kadarius Tony game where he limped into the end, where he
Oh, at home.
one
Oh, at
hopped
home.
into
Yeah,
the
yeah,
end
yeah.
zone, and
Yeah, you're right.
Pacheco was at the goal line and ran into Trey Smith's back, and it was like I've never seen nobody
Oh,
do that. I don't
oh
even.
yeah, I
I think
remember
he
that.
fumbled too.
Yeah, I
Like
remember that.
it was just the worst, and his vision was just bad. Like it was just bad, and after the injury, I think he rushed back. Which I feel you, bro. You don't want nobody taking your job, but man, you should have waited till you was fully healthy. And like I said, Pacheco's a great guy, man. It's just, but we can't live like that no more. Supporting just because you're a great guy. Dan Sorensen was a hell of a guy. He shouldn't have been playing as long as he played. But at
Yeah,
least Dan Sorensen would make a play every once in a while.
and did have
I,
some moments, but it was
yeah,
good and bad moments though. That's the thing. For
yeah,
every
it was a
for
lot of
every
it was a lot
for
of
every
bad.
good moment for every good moment he'll give you two bad moments.
Right,
Oh,
and that because he helped us win games. He helped us win that Cleveland playoff game by making the guy
yeah, he helped us
fumble at
win.
the one. He
Yeah, he
he
helped us win numerous
he had
games.
he had great interceptions on Phillip Rivers throughout his career, but he also lost you some games. He also was burnt plenty of times and had Tyron Matthew out there like, good God Almighty, Jesus Christ is God. He's killing
Bro,
us,
that last year, dog, he had Honey Badger putting his hands up in the air quite often.
man. Um, bruh, it's front of the jersey, bro. It can't be back of the jersey anymore. And even that's the point, that even though these are great guys and great kids and we meet them and they cool, you know what I'm saying? But it's all about results, bro. It got to be the results in your performance on the field at the end of the day. That's the only thing that matters. If you're not performing, then you gotta go catch some bench or get better. But you can't keep running out the same guy and they keep getting burnt on third and long. And then you say, Mahomes, please go win us the game. My bad, bro. I know I let him score, but please go pull it out. Go pull it out the fire one more time. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep doing that. Then you end up with your quarterback with a torn ACL. You know what I'm saying? You,
And that's basically the conclusion I come up with as far as this coaching search goes to fill out our coaching staff. It's a results based business, man. And like, with EB, man, like he got us results, man. Like I understand that I understand the concerns about doing the same thing like we did, 5 years ago or whatnot. But let's not act like. But I just want to give people a chance to see if EB can adjust, and I think we doubting EB too much as far as him being able to adjust. The defenses are actually catching on, or actually did caught on to what we were doing when he was here last time. That's all I'm saying.
Mhm. Well, I
Uh,
mean, we got to force them to adjust again. I'm sure. Uh, I'm sure if you get a quality running back in here or two, if you get Kenneth Gainwell and Tyler, what his name, Tyler Algiers or whatever his name is,
Tyler Algier from the Falcons.
yeah, that's a respectable running back room. You add that with Damian Pierce, you add Brashard Smith to that respectable running room. You gonna have to respect that running room, that running back room. You gonna have to respect. They need to respect the running back, and even then, running back is still not the major need. Like you got to start getting to the quarterback. But I think if you start adding talent to these people, you start adding a great coach. That they ain't got to be super uber talented. I think it could be just a great running back, and then EB can coach them up to something. EB,
Yeah,
Jamal Charles credits EB for turning him into a great running back. Uh, Spencer Ware, Sharkandrick West. Sharkandrick West came on this show and said EB made him a better running back when they needed to win every game to get in the playoffs. He pulled them together and made them better. That's accountability. That's a guy that he's not just gonna love you and kiss your ass. He's gonna make you be better, and that's what they need. They need time. You know what I'm saying? They need somebody on their ass a little bit like that. Now get some breath because we about to feed your ass.
yeah.
You
Simple
know
as
what
that.
I'm saying? That's an old EB quote. I ain't just say that out
I know.
the
I know. I mean, the viewers
But
should know that by now. That's an old quote from EB.
yeah.
But
But also, we saying all this. They ain't hired nobody yet. We don't know who they gonna hire. They
right.
could hire EB. They could hire Mike Kafka. They could hire somebody that we haven't even, put on the map yet. Who knows? Who else could come free in the next week? Buffalo lose. They might be firing one of their guys. I don't know.
Hmm.
They might fire some of their staff. I wouldn't want nobody off Buffalo staff, but
Yeah, just something to put out there. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and talk about Patrick Mahomes in the press conference today, addressing the
uh,
media. So
yeah.
he gave us an update on his injury. He said rehab's going well.
Hmm.
He's hitting all doctor mandated checkpoints. He
Yep.
says he wants to be ready for week one without any restrictions.
Of course.
And he wants to participate in OTAs and training camp on a limited basis. May not be
Hmm.
full, but he wants to be participating regardless. He understands that it's a long process, and he's just excited to get back out there. So, what's your thoughts on him giving us the update?
Um, Patrick is a beast, of course. He's a maniac. He's a madman. Of course. He said the
Understatement.
doctor told him how far he could push it every day, and he said, "I've been trying to hit that every day." It's like, okay, Pat, like calm down. Of course he wants to be whacked week one. Um, Michael Parsons says he's going to be back like by week 4. He
Uh-huh.
said,
Yeah.
I, I'm and DMAC was saying a lot about not rushing Pat, and I get that now, especially with his comments today. But the that was the other thing. You're not gonna be able to stop that kid when he got his mind on something. And I trust Pat enough to where he's not gonna hurt himself. I think Pat will be ready. But if he's ready week 2, week 3, week 4, I'm not mad about that, man. You don't have to rush him back. It don't have to be that crazy. But he gonna get back, and yeah, he coming out with a vengeance. So I'm curious to see how they handle this without him being able to do OTAs, without him I don't see him doing training camp, bro. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, if he's at training camp, it's just gonna be him, continuing to rehab and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna get like any actual reps. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Um, yeah, that'd be a damn near miracle if he's out there getting reps. But
Mhm.
I wouldn't. How long is a pup list? 4 weeks or six?
I think it's 4.
Four. I think it's four now.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see putting him on the pup list for 4 games and just to be extra cautious. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to. But if you do that, you're gonna need a quarter. You're gonna need a quality cornerback. I mean quarterback. You don't need that quality quarterback to hold you over for 4 games. Uh and speaking of that, I think the guy that was on New Heights this week,
You
I
feel
just
me?
would love Jameis Winston, man. He gonna motivate the locker
Oh
room.
man, he's perfect, dog. He's perfect for this locker room.
It,
He's perfect for this stadium, the atmosphere, all that, bro.
it, yeah, right. Because this is, I mean, speaking of Florida State, this is the same atmosphere. It's the same. Damn near everything is the same except the
Bro,
colors.
he played some of his best ball when he was with the Buccaneers and they beat us.
Man, I remember distinctly when the first time he came here and we were all doing the Arrowhead chop. I don't even know if he
Yeah, I was
did the
like, stop
Arrowhead
that,
chop
stop
anymore.
that, stop that.
And
You
he
making them
just
feel
was
at
like,
home.
he said, that made me feel like I was at home, man. And he came out and he kicked our ass that day. Like, he definitely kicked our ass that day. But Jameis Winston would be my number one priority. He's not going to cost that much. And he can play his role. He can play his role. And
All we need him is for 4 games. That's all we need him
four
for.
games. And
I think
he's
we hold it
well
down.
probably five,
Yeah.
later in the season when we gearing up for the playoffs. Um, if we can get him and he can go 3-1 in that 4 game stretch, man, is the juice worth the squeeze? I think it is. He did good with the Giants. And then I think, and that's the other thing, his locker room demeanor, his motivation, his getting everybody on the same page. I think everybody would rally around him, and you know what I'm saying. Put him with a good coach like Andy Reid. He can cut down on his turnovers. He ain't got to be great. He ain't got to be great. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
just a bonus if he is great.
Yeah, that's just a bonus if he is great and he can hold it together for 4 games. I think that makes the perfect sense. Hopefully, Travis put in a good word for him. Uh, I hope Pat put in a good word for him. He'd be great in the locker room. Great for Pat to lean on. He's a vet. He's been doing it. How long James been in the league? James been in the league for a minute now.
Yeah, he got to reach like 10 years now.
Yeah, man. I think that would be a great move. I definitely. I would just want it for the press conferences alone. And I don't think it's no
Pre-game
coincidence that he was
speeches.
on. I don't think it was a coincidence that he was on New Heights this week.
Yeah,
You might as
possibly.
well negotiate that out, bro.
Yeah.
Travis after Alf Cameron was like, "Yeah, come." He asked, "Man, what y'all gonna do?" Hey, man, come holler at me, man. I need somebody. If I'm gonna come back, I need a vet. You know what I'm saying? They carry me them first 4 games. He can get the ball
Mhm.
to Travis.
Yeah, he definitely can. That's not gonna be an issue at all.
Yeah, I would love to see James Winston though. That would be dope.
So next up on the docket was keeping up with the playbook while he's sidelined. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? He said he plans to be in the room and on the field as much as he possibly can. Taking mental reps when he's not able to physically do it. Just taking it one day at a time. And
Did you see that video of Matt Ryan this week that was floating around?
what was in regards to?
It was just like he was watching tape with the wide receivers and breaking down the game and telling dudes what he liked and what he didn't like and running through the plays. And then the wide receivers had a meeting and he knocked on the door and came in their meeting and talked about 2 plays that they were running. And it just was showing his leadership and how he was off the field. I wish we could get like more of that from Pat. Like if we could see things like that, but we won't see that till after his career is over or something like that. But
Yeah, I didn't
I
see Matt
wonder
Ryan.
how.
I didn't see
Hmm?
Matt Ryan, but I did see Tom Brady. I saw Shay McCoy. He brought up a story with Tom Brady when he was with the Buccaneers,
Hmm.
and it was about how Tom Brady gathered the entire offense basically after practice, and like he gave everybody like a clip of what their assignment was supposed to be
Oh,
like.
for Super Bowl, yeah.
Yep. And he was saying
Yeah.
they're gonna be in this defense, so you're gonna do this. And for you, they're gonna be playing you this way. So look out for that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like he's making sure guys was on point
I
that entire week.
wonder, I wonder because Pat's gonna be more off the field film watching if he starts to pick up on things like that and start to implement that. Because this Pat, like Pat, this is your team now, bro. It Andy Reid's on the time clock. The time is ticking. Travis time is ticking. Chris Jones time is ticking. It's your team now, bro. It really is. It's been your team, but it's really, really about to be your team. I wish he would do more of that, of being in the meeting room with the wide receivers. Not to say he's not, because we don't know. We don't know.
Right.
To be in the room with the wide receivers, to do the thing that they do in Texas, to see them run over film together, and for him to say, Taekwon, I like it when I like this, and for Taekwon to say, yo, I like the ball, I want to catch it here, you know what I'm saying, or Worthy to get on the same page, to vibe, to you know what I'm saying, like to become an all around quarterback, and I think he's capable of that. I don't know if he's been doing that, who knows, but I wish like this injury, and I think Brian B. No, it wasn't Brian B. Shining. Somebody said this injury might be like a blessing in disguise for Pat. And I think that the fact that he can't just go out there and do it, and he gotta watch film and take notes and all that stuff, I wonder if that makes him a better all around quarterback. And then he starts seeing stuff that he normally wasn't looking for because he can just go out there and do it. You feel me? Like now I see my footwork was off. I see I was rushing a deep throw. I see why me and Worthy ain't linking up. And you feel what I'm saying? Like all of that type of stuff. And then, like you said, getting a better wide receiver coach, better running back coach, all of that is a factor in all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be dope. And I hope that's what comes out of it. What's the best NFL job? Who's that? Is that Chris?
Oh no, that's Kevin.
Oh, okay. Oh, Kev. Um, like for what? Head coach, OC, like what's the best NFL
I'm
job opening right
I'm gonna
now?
I'm gonna assume head coach. That's what I'm assuming.
Well, the Giants is gone.
Yeah, there are 18s available.
Falcons, I don't know.
Ravens,
Ravens. Um,
Dolphins
I
are.
would put the Falcons down because the Falcons don't know who their quarterback is right now.
Yeah, I think it's the Ravens right now. Just
Um, yeah, but you got to get on the same page with Lamar. If you don't get on the same page with Lamar, you ain't gonna be there long.
yeah, you got to make sure it's the right hire, man. But my thing with Baltimore is if they don't hire Brian Flores, then I think they screwed, bro.
Um, Arizona got a quarterback problem. Um, who else is available?
Dolphins,
The,
they dysfunctional as hell
the
right now.
Raiders really should be a great job, but the ownership is so crazy.
Yeah.
They got all that cap space. They got all those. They got the number one draft pick. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of draft picks.
And then like and
Pittsburgh
then
is nice, but Pittsburgh need a quarterback too.
here's the thing with Pittsburgh though, like are they gonna hire another defensive coach or are they gonna switch lanes and trust the offensive mind to be the next head coach?
And shoot, the way they reporting, are they gonna play for you? if TJ Watt was crying in the locker room when Mike Tomlin said he wanted to leave.
A few guys were.
Yeah, like, are they gonna even want to play with you? Like,
And
I
that
don't
is
know.
kind of an old roster too.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know if I want that job. Because no matter what, you're gonna be in Mike Tomlin's shadow for the first. Like even Mike Tomlin was in um God dog, what's my boy's name? What
Oh,
was that coach?
you talking about the
Uh
coach before him?
yeah,
Yeah, Bill Cowher.
Bill
The
Cowher.
Steelers only
He
had
was
three.
in Bill Cowher's shadow for like the first 4 years at least.
Yeah, because like they've only had three coaches the entire franchise
Right.
history. It's them
Yeah.
two and Chuck
Yeah.
Noll. That's it.
Who else is hiring? I say OC Detroit. That's probably a good they got a lot of talent. And you probably get your freedom to call whatever you want. You know what I'm saying?
Hey Kevin, I'm not worried at all because I think Mike Tomlin gonna take a year off. Honestly, I mean hearing that he may take a year off to do like TV
Yeah,
and then try to
I'm not
come
worried
back.
about that.
And
I'm
plus,
not worried about
The
the
Steelers
Raiders.
still have his rights anyway. So if anybody wants him, they'll have to trade for him. And he got
Yeah,
like
you
two
gotta
more
make
years
a move.
left. I heard that too, Chris, but I don't know. I don't know if I fully trust it, man. We'll see.
Yeah, Philly is a good I don't know, because Jalen Hurts. You're gonna have to find a way to work around Jalen Hurts and his limitations.
But here's the thing that's wild though. Like Jalen Hurts is at a different offensive coordinator every year. Like literally. Like it's the
Mm-hmm.
craziest thing.
Yep. Mike McDaniels to the Lions, is that official or you just
It's a they might be looking at him, or it's
yeah,
just like
they
a
interviewed him, right?
idea.
I thought he was interviewing with the Bucks.
Oh
That's
well, I
not a
didn't see
bad
that.
job. Baker Mayfield been way better recently. You got some good wide receivers down there. You got some good running backs down there too.
The thing with Baker is I feel like Baker is peaked, man. I don't know if he's gonna get any better than what we have seen him.
Okay, well, can
'Cause-
you keep him on this consistent level? That's
And I don't know what his contract situation. I don't know if he got 2 more years left or he just got next season and that's it.
I don't like
But
Jared Goff either. He's way better than he used to be though. He's real good
yeah,
against us.
yeah. We
Oh yeah,
finally
yeah.
knocked that monkey off our back.
Mike
Oh, you
McDonald,
saying
Mike
that's where he
McDaniel. Oh yeah,
goes?
yeah. I
Okay.
wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't doubt that. How long are you
Yeah,
gonna keep him there though?
yeah. The Lions do need an OC because Dan Campbell, when he tried to take over and call plays, ooh boy, it was
Yeah,
bad.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Sometimes you gotta let the people be the people. Team
That's
Tomlin
exactly what's
going.
going to happen, John. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah. Speaking of Sean Payton, did you like what he did at the press conference the other day?
Nah, he's kind of a dick. I ain't gonna hold you.
I was thinking like
Excuse my language.
at first I thought it was like a joke, and then like the second and third time I heard it, I was like, "Oh, he's just being an asshole." Though. Like is I don't know.
Especially
That
when it
was
was pertaining to Dre Greenlaw, he was like, how do you know? How do you know he goes downhill on our defense? How do you know that? How do you know that?"
yeah. It's like he kind of said it with a smirk, so it sounded like oh shit, oh
What you
shit.
saying it like that for?
Wow.
No,
What you saying it like
no,
that for, man?
no. I'm just playing. But no, the way
What's up,
he
man?
said it, like on the second and third time I heard it, I was like, man, Sean Payton is an asshole, bro. Like that was unnecessary. Like the whole back and forth that he had. What's up, D Mac?
How's it
What's
going,
happening,
guys?
bro?
Nothing. We
Should be
talking about
good,
Sean
man.
Payton being an asshole.
He is an asshole.
did
I agree.
you get that? Did it come off to you like that too?
And I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I just think he's an asshole.
He was at
What
the
Uh,
did you
press
say?
conference and the guy was like, "Yo, you got Dre Greenlaw coming back.
Oh
He's
yeah.
practicing and that'll help you with your downfield attack or something." He said something to that effect.
or him getting
And
downhill on defense, and then Sean Payton cut him off. He's like, "What
and
you know
Sean
about
Payton
him
was like,
getting
"Yeah, what
downhill?"
you know about getting downhill on defense? Like, when have you ever got downfield on defense? Like, it was just a weird. I don't know. The journalists, y'all been acting real weird this week, man. Y'all was mad at Lynn Jones for no reason, and man, I heard that whole. I heard that whole thing took 27 seconds. 27 seconds. I've heard multiple reporters ask Kansas City people, where do you eat your barbecue at? And that takes longer than that. Like, man, y'all need to chill out, bro. Y'all really have to chill out, bro. But anyway, go ahead. Somebody asked, who is your dream OC? Speaking of OCs, D-Mac, who is your dream OC?
Well, I mean, we talked about the two obvious names, uh, Nate Scalehouse, and then obviously Mike McDaniel. Both of those are dream pie in the sky guys for sure, and unlikely given the fact that we know Mike's interviewing for other jobs. We know Nate's getting requests for other jobs as well. So it's not necessarily something that's going to happen. For sure, I guess a more realistic dream. I do think that we should be talking to Kevin Stefanski. I
Oh
guess some
no.
people, I guess some people are scarred for what happened with Shooter Sanders. I personally do not care much. I know he knows how to coordinate a good offense where the run game is stout and they are able to be able to play action pass off of it. And I think that he's considered continuously, I should say, get more out of that offense than necessarily the talent would suggest he should have. So he's one of them. Brian Fleury, who works very closely with Kyle Shanahan, is out in San Francisco, is also very good. And then Hank Fraley, who worked under Ben Johnson, is still in Detroit as well. Are also some other guys as well.
Stefanski, another stubborn bull, man. I'm good on that, but it's
I
your
think
list.
I think he needs a stubborn bull, Andy Reid, that is, to say that this is how we need to be able to attack offense.
And he's
Okay,
a stubborn bull himself already. You need two of those.
That's you need somebody. Sometimes you need a bull to move a bull.
I mean, we just had a stubborn bull with Matt Nagy. I mean, you
No, no,
saw how
no,
that
no, no,
ended.
no, no. You had a yes man. You had a. I was going to call him something crazy, but he's
I
not.
mean, he a
He's
yes
a
man
nice
too,
person.
but
He's a
he's
very nice
stubborn in his
person.
own right too.
Nah, he's not stubborn. He's just going to agree with whatever Andy does. So you need somebody that is at least going to disagree with Andy philosophically, and that's Kevin would do that.
So basically, you need
Read
a
this shit
guy that's
down.
going to get Andy off his comfort zone a little bit. To at least,
A lot of it.
I don't think it's going to be a lot of bit. It got to be at
But
least a
that's what
little
we
bit.
need. That's what we need. We need a lot of bit. that's. I would love to be able to say again. There's just one tweak here or there, but you need more than that. This offense needs to fundamentally change, in my opinion. No, Dante Moore returning to college didn't screw us. I think that there'll still be good talent left at number 9 for us to get. I know a lot of people like Dante Moore going to Raiders would have helped. Don't get me wrong, but I still think that we'll be in a good position at number 9.
Do you think
Yeah.
you think you think one of them pass rushes we need still gonna be there or not?
I mean, either one of the pass rushers. I think either one of the wide receivers. I haven't done enough work on Lemon yet, so I have to get into that. He has great numbers, I'll say that, but obviously a lot of people are going to be hung up about the size. I haven't landed on if I feel good about him in the top 10 yet. Um, and then yeah, obviously Caleb Downs, who was Dane Brugler, who mocked him to us earlier today in that post Dante Moore doc. Caleb Downs is awesome. It just depends on how Spags would just choose to use him, of course. But no, I mean I wouldn't have any. I still think there will be in a good position, number 9, even all things considered.
Yeah,
I think so too, but it's
it's just, it's just that like if it's Jeremiah, I just don't think it's hard to imagine the Chiefs taking Jeremiah Love at 9. That's one thing, because I mean you would have to pay him a bunch of guaranteed money up front for his position, specifically for his
I,
position at running back.
Yeah,
I wonder how the
I under.
combine is going to change all this too.
Yeah, I mean, it will always. The combine is really going to change all this on two fronts. One, you get more understanding of where teams are at as far as how they feel about certain prospects, and obviously that changes where these guys can be projected to go. And then you get these guys talking, and GMs in a room end up talking, and agents as well, and it kind of sets the stage for free agency and stuff too. But I think the running back position is one that we should be attacking in free agency because obviously it's a very good class. I think you can find value on a very cheap, kind of deal. And then if you wanted to shop in the more high end section, then I think that you can get one of Kenneth Walker or ETN at a reasonable price. And I don't expect that Brees Hall's market's going to be in your range, but I think it will, it's possible. There are free agents, in my opinion, that you can take your shots at that make a lot of sense that you don't. Jeremiah Love just isn't realistic for this team, not for the holes that it has.
What is Brees Hall's range? Is that 15 to 17 or is that 10 to 12?
I think it's going to be 15, 17.
And ETN is what, 10
Or,
to 12?
or 10 to 13, probably around there.
I wouldn't. I could swing that. I think you need two running backs.
I agree.
I mean,
I don't want
definitely.
another safety. I don't want a safety that Spags is probably going to misuse anyway. I'm scared of Spags and safeties. I'm scared of it. It
It's
bothers me.
understand. It's understandable why you would be scared. The thing that I'll say about this is Spags and the way that he used Tyrann Mathieu was because of how much trust he had in Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah,
Because he knew he could play slot, he knew he could move around, he could be a box guy, he could play robber, he could play split, he could play free. I think that if Caleb Downs is the pick, then that means that throughout this draft process, they've evaluated him and they've said, hey, we think he can bring a Tyrann Mathieu level impact to this team, which I think would be an accurate assessment of his skills because he can. The one thing I'll say is this: I think that drafting him, again, not a bad pick, could be a good pick. And I think if they use him like Tyrann, it'll be a good use of him. I would like them to still have another safety with Jen Higgins. And no, I'm not referring to Shamari Connor. Shamari Connor ideally would be the fourth safety. You need another safety there just so that you have the positional versatility with Caleb Downs. So that if you want to put him in the nickel and have two other safeties out there, then you can do those sorts of things. And you can have that type of versatility still, in my opinion. Or if you want to have Jaden Hicks play more box safety and have Caleb play back, you have that versatility. So I think it's very important that even if they do have Caleb Downs as the pick, that they have another safety ready to go. And if Brian Cook is brought back, that'd be perfectly fine as far as that is concerned for me. So.
Yeah,
is it
I
good
was just
enough
about
to
to say
help you
everything
get
you
to the
said on that.
quarterback? He's not going to help you get to the quarterback though. Like, I mean, he
No,
could, but I
you're right about that.
I think DBs affect the line. I think the line affect DBs too. So I just would rather you get to the quarterback and do that in under 3 seconds than asking my safeties and corners to hold up for 5 seconds, which and you can't keep asking your secondary to do that game in and drive out. You just can't. What if the top tackle is available? If we took a right tackle at number 9, I would break something, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think that we can afford to take a tackle over some of the positions that we need more. If there was an Armand Membu level prospect, there's a Josh Simmons level prospect, and I look at those guys both as franchise tackle type of guys, then I could talk myself into it a little bit more. I don't necessarily see the kid out of Utah, the kid out of Miami, and to that level. So I'm not necessarily going to say that a tackle at 10 makes a lot of sense for us.
Nah, I was about to say no because, like, honestly, they should just let Jalen Moore and Isopole compete for that right tackle
Yeah.
spot.
And honestly, I would bring in a fourth veteran tackle. I'd bring a guy in, whoever we'll get to we'll obviously be doing our choose your own offseason, I'll tell the truth. But we'll get to that talking about some of the veteran options. But I'd bring in a vet option just so you can have, that good depth. I think you need to go into the season at any time that you have four tackles that you feel okay about playing. And obviously we got to our fifth, six guys that had never seen high school football snaps. So that was very unfortunate.
Would
But
you bring back Chew? Would you? I still would bring it back too.
yeah. He can come back and stay on the practice squad. No issues with you coming back. I did not think that and it's funny, I said this in the first time that he actually got NFL snaps in preseason. I said, I didn't think he embarrassed himself. I didn't think he embarrassed himself when he played in real games. So,
Right.
yeah, I'd bring him back on the practice squad for sure. I just prefer him as a fifth tackle rather than the fourth one over the
Yeah.
veteran.
Yeah, definitely. I can't see the comments, Chuck. I don't know. What I was gonna say?
Chuck, you are on mute, but I was gonna talk
Damn, my
about. Oh,
fault.
you
My
delete
fault,
that
Kevin.
comment?
I accidentally deleted.
You're
My
good,
fault,
Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah.
But yeah,
McCoy,
Javon McCoy.
Yeah. See, you did it. Y'all usually blame me for it's so the
McCoy,
buttons is just right there. They're so small. Go
McCoy
ahead.
at Tennessee is very good. I think he's a very good corner. I would not say that he's an elite corner prospect, so I would not want to take him in the top 10. He's a guy that if for some reason you traded away Trent McDuffie and got an extra late pick or late first round pick, I'll say specifically, and he starts to slide because he didn't play this last year, so we don't know where his evaluation is going to end up. If he slides into the 20s, then hey, I would absolutely take him with a second first round pick. I wouldn't take him necessarily in the top 10.
I'm getting more and more of the territory of trading Trent McDuffie, and I really don't want to do it, but I think it's probably one of the most feasible. It's probably one of the only assets you got left. I know a lot of people talking about trading Chris Jones. I really don't think you're not going to get the return that you want off Chris Jones anyway. I think that Trent McDuffie is young and probably going to get the most assets or the better quality assets that you will receive back. Say you get in at a 23, 25, 28 range. What position like would you target on that type of deal if you were to get back? What's the Rams pick? You said 28.
It depends
Well, we
on where
don't
they
know.
finish, and yeah,
Yeah, it
it
depends on
depends.
where they finish. If you can get back in at a late 20s pick,
And so you
what
get
position would you be?
the Cowboys trade you their 20th pick, who's the Packers pick. You can say that too.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that's where I think right tackle does come into play. I think you could certainly evaluate, and I'm talking about positions that you're not talking about in the top 10. I think that right tackle comes into play. Kenny Sadiq comes into play. I know other people may, have issues with Kenny Sadiq. I think it's a little bit more about the limitations on Oregon and just getting their ass kicked by Indiana. I don't think it's a Kenny Sadiq issue for me personally. Still think his tape is awesome. He's just,
I agree.
is he a top 10 guy? That's where I get a little bit shaky. Um, it's funny, that's what King Mo just said. The so it's a tackle tight end again, if you get if it's 20 and Kedrick Folk for whatever reason falls there, I would love him. I still think people are too low on Folk personally, just because they think he's a Spags guy, which he is to an extent, but he's raw. And boy, he all the traits are there. And pass rusher, that is a position that you take a swing on traits.
Oh,
Jordan Tyson, go ahead.
what is a Spags guy?
A guy that plays with power primarily, a guy that has length as far as his arm length, and then it's a lot of times being able to use leverage as well as his ability for that length too. And then usually he likes a guy that A is stout versus the run, but B, more importantly, just is more polished as far as the way that he approaches the game, is disciplined. He's not all over the place. So I would say that those are the kind of the big three factors: length, plays with power primarily, and then is disciplined as far as the edge setting it is concerned.
Okay.
Rich Falk does bring all of those things, but he just has a lot more athleticism to also bend the edge. He could also move inside and be a mismatch too. There are a lot of things that you can do with Falk. That's would be very very appealing too. He's just a little bit more raw than you would probably like as far as his pass rush productivity is concerned.
He's been getting the Karlaftis comp lately,
Yeah, he's a
which,
much better athlete than Karloftis, significantly better.
Yeah, but
okay.
I don't need no raw guys, man. Like I need somebody
I,
that can
I,
impact
I
right away.
yeah, I understand it, but I don't mind it. And it's a fair question. It's the same question that we ran into with Shamar Stewart and Michael Williams. Michael ends up going to the Niners. Shamar ends up going to the Bengals. And there's other things that go into it, but it's like, hey, do you trust your ability to develop these guys or not? And that's a question mark that the Chiefs have to answer. Don't get me wrong about that. But that you bet on these types of traits at these types of positions because you know what type of upside that they bring to the table. And so I understand why it'd be trepidatious to do so, and that's why I would say more so if he falls into that aspect, or if you trade back into the teens, then it makes a little bit more sense than taking him top 10. But yeah, I mean the kid I think has high upside to say the least.
Yeah, here's my deal
I
with
mean,
Spags, man. Because Spags, like you had this discussion already with Spags in regards to guys putting on weight on the defense line when they didn't really need to put on all that weight, and then all of a
Mhm.
sudden they get hurt and their development gets affected as well. Then all of a sudden the pig don't work out. Hopefully it's not the case with Omar Norman Lott. I hope he comes back strong and be the guy that he was starting to become before the knee injury. So.
Yeah, I mean and that's an understandable fear. The one thing I would say is Folk fortunately isn't a guy that needs to put on weight. Omar Normalot is a quote unquote undersized for the position. In my opinion, that's because they were trying to use him the wrong way. Of course, we'll have that discussion many times, I assume, between now and when
mhm.
he's back. Um, FAU, they tried to turn him into something he wasn't. They took away his explosiveness, in my opinion, off the edge, which I don't think was the right way to handle him either. And it's a long long story to talk about the Spags and the use of defensive linemen, but Falk wouldn't be a guy that needed to put on weight because he already has an NFL type of build and a Spags type of build specifically. The same way Ruben Bain wouldn't need to put on weight. I'm sorry, go ahead, Country.
Yeah, for real, for real. I think Ruben Bain is straight.
I get Spags as a Hall of Fame coordinator. He can't he can no longer be above reproach anymore. It's just it's just not the first. A lot of people keep saying it's only one bad year. No, it's just all happened to snowball this year, and it became a bad year. But there have been signs. You misuse Felix. You misuse Omar Norman Lott. You got Uche in here. You barely used them. We talked about Cam Thomas. Remember when they signed Cam Thomas and it was this guy is versatile and he can do this and he can do that. And he never got a single snap. Never. He never played. I like Spags, man, but he can't just continue to be above reproach anymore because he's a Hall of Fame coordinator who beat the Patriots 30 years ago, who beat one of the best teams. And we respect you for that, Spags, but that was 30 years ago, man. What are we doing? He can't continue being above reproach every year, and we keep seeing the same signs over and over again. It's ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a statement or a question.
I mean, you won't get any argument out of me. I think that he needs to be criticized. I think all levels of this team need to be criticized because it's an unacceptable season. And unfortunately, the things that led to this season were easy to see coming, and they just never really adjusted off of them, and they reached its logical conclusion. Whereas, in 2020, the disappointing season that ended up happening, or the disappointing end to the season was, that you just ran out of offensive linemen. And sometimes that happens. It is what it is. And they ran out and they fixed that problem. 2021, you felt like you needed defensive refresh. And that's ultimately what you were able to do by trading Tyreek Hill in the process. But now this is a bigger issue. And honestly, it had worse results because of how big the issues are now on both sides of the ball. I like Peter Woods. Mo, he did have a disappointing season. He's another guy that, you get further into the teens and 20s that he's a little bit more attractive of a prospect, but that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm against Peter Woods. He's kind of raw to me, man. That just gives me Ryan Sims vibes from back in the day with him.
Because we should have picked Julius Peppers. That's what.
But Julius Peppers was gone though. We weren't getting him. He was already gone.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Well, he went
again.
30. When did Peppers go?
I want to say he went top 2, didn't he?
He had to go top 5.
Yeah, because we were at 6, and Sims went 6. Anyway, I don't
understand
know.
the raw issues, by the way. It's just when you get in, you're especially in a class like this, when you get back into the 2010 or the teens of the draft, then you're like, hey, you're either taking guys that are overly developed and are up against their ceiling, like George Karlaftis, which he's up against his ceiling. And I didn't understand why people were making that argument to try and justify the contract. Different discussion. Or you get guys that are a little bit more raw and you need to develop them. And I'd rather bet on those traits personally. A la Chris Jones.
Also, another thing I don't think fans get is the tiers of the draft. There's not every guy, and this goes back. I'm gonna tie this into Xavier Worthy. Not every tier. There's different tiers in the first round of the draft. Not every guy is going to be a superstar. I think the first 10 guys in most drafts are usually like superstars, day one starters, game changer type of dudes. Then you get into the middle, and it's like these are solid, great, maybe a superstar if you coach them up. And then the guys at the bottom are just, hey, he's a starter. He's solid. He maybe could one day transition to be one of those guys. But I think people want superstars. I don't think at drafting 28, 29, 30, 31, you're going to grab a superstar every year. It's just not feasible. That's not how the draft works. And a lot of people are calling Xavier Worthy a bust, but I don't think he never was superstar. Like he was supposed to be a superstar quality. Like I feel like his first year, he was rushed into a situation that he wasn't ready for with the injuries and with all the other things that went along. And he's rushed into being like a number 2 when he really should have been like a number 4. And then this year, he gets hurt on the third play and he's playing with a bad shoulder. He's playing with a bad ankle. And people still want the same results like he's a number 2 guy. And I think the jury is in too quick on Xavier Worthy. I don't think we've seen him to his potential. I don't think he's been properly coached yet. I don't think he's running the proper routes and system. I just why are people calling him a bust? Basically, that's a long way of saying why are people already out on Xavier Worthy? It's just insane to me. I don't get it.
I think because there was a lot of skepticism with him as a draft pick to begin with, obviously due to his size and that aspect, and the fact that his second season was or injury riddled, I should say, or impacted by injury. I shouldn't say injury riddled,
Yeah,
just impacted by injury. Um, it, it's confirmation bias of the fact that he shouldn't have been the pick because he was that. Yeah. The funny thing about it is, hey, you look around the guys that were drafted. Xavier Legette is awful. Ricky Pearsall also is dealing with injuries, and he's not a slight of build guy. He just has gotten continually hurt. The guy picked before him is Brian Thomas Jr., who we saw great things from his rookie year, but we've gotten to the second year, and they're like, he's really inconsistent, and he's an
on the
outside wide
trading
receiver.
block right now.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe
he was
he's
doing
not
all
going to
this
survive this offseason.
Rumor, supposedly. I'm sorry.
Right, supposedly.
right, and he was doing
but
all his
that's
best work with Mac Jones.
and that is so you ask yourself about late round wide receivers. It's a little bit of high variance. That's just kind of how it goes. And the year prior we obviously had the Quinn Johnson, Zay Flowers, Addison, JSN wide receiver quartet, for lack of a better
Addison
term. And
can't stay out of trouble.
well, they're all over the place.
God.
Addison, so talent on the field, but like you said, can't stay in trouble. Zay Flowers had himself another really good year. JSN exploded, and Quinn Johnson started off hot, but then fell off. So it's you get to the back end of the first round, some of these wide receivers are hit and miss, and that's the reality. As far as Xavier Worthy is concerned, I think Xavier Worthy, similar to Rashid Rice, I think is victim of the lack of the offense not using their talents to the best of their ability. I think that is the reality for pretty much every weapon on the team, but certainly the wide receivers as well. And I think him individually, he needs to get better at things. I think he can stand, obviously, add a little bit of weight. Certainly, the guy needs to improve his awareness around the sideline from that aspect too. So we'll see. We'll see if he continues to get better. But you go out there and watch the tape, there are times in which he's able to show off really good releases off the line of scrimmage, able to really show his ability to snap off routes in the intermediate areas of the field. These are just things that aren't emphasized as far as the system right now, and that needs to change.
Yeah, I think the word bust shouldn't even enter your mind until like the third year.
Also, think about how different this season feels. And this is, again, I think that they have missed on some of these things for reasons that are up to Xavier Worthy too. Think about how different this season feels if they connect on 3 of those deep balls that we saw. Just if 3 of them connect, and in times in which Mahomes just flat out missed them. If that happens, then it feels totally different because of how much we love the fact that he hit on the first deep ball to him in the Chargers game his rookie year. So yeah, even for it to be injury impacted, et cetera, you hit 3 on those deep balls, you get 3 more touchdowns and 225 yards more worth of it. And then all of a sudden things look great. And you're like, it's not that big of a deal, even injury riddled year. So I don't know why people would say that he's a bust. I think that is premature, as you just said. I think he's a wide receiver that is not ultimately probably going to be a number 1, but it's a different conversation for a different day.
And then Mahomes addressed the red zone offense today, like how he owned up to some of those turnovers and how it affected the team this year.
Yeah, dude.
So that could be that's a difference too.
His red zone was crazy this year. It was so inconsistent.
Yes, Mo, he did play
that,
injured all season, and his season should have been cut shorter than it actually was.
Yeah, and I wasn't. I know when he got the surgery, I admired Xavier to keep playing the season out and I like that in the football. That means he loves football. Because I really would have shut him down as soon as Mahomes got shut down. I would have shut Xavier Worthy down too. Like, go get that shoulder taken care of, get it out the way. Let's focus on next year. But I mean, I admire his toughness, but I would have interceded on that. I'll just say, go get that surgery now. I don't know what you're waiting on. We're done. We're cooked. Go get healthy, baby. But anyway, speaking of that, Pat, you were skeptical of Pat coming back week one. Pat is just he's a machine, bro. He's just a machine. I don't think he's gonna try his best to get back week one. I am drifting over to your side. I want to be a little bit more cautious. If you're ready week one, I want to see how you look week two. If you say you're gonna be ready week two, I want to see. I just want to give him an extra week. You know what I'm saying? Like same thing I felt about just Josh Simmons. I want to see you 100%, but now I want to see you at 115. You know what I'm saying? Like, so are you still skeptical of Pat after today's comments of I'm a beast and I'm hitting all my checkpoints and I want to be back week one?
I mean, I'm
Pat,
not.
man, slow down, man.
I'm not skeptical of him. Like I'm not skeptical of him. Like I know, I'm sure that if week one rolls around and you put him out on the field, he is going to try his best to be out there and beat Patrick Mahomes. But I don't think that you need to rush this. And I understand why people did not necessarily like the way that I said it, but like I said, I think that there are major things that need to change about this team. I think there are major things that should be taken a look at as far as the roster is concerned. And so I think that's a little bit more of saying, hey, let's use this as a bridge year and make sure that things are in place for where we want to get back to competing as far as 2027 is concerned. And that again goes to a whole different conversation about the roster, certainly. But I would put Mahomes on the PUP and just say, hey, these first 4 weeks, you're going to be out. We want you to continue to work back, continue to attack the rehab as you are, and we're just going to give you this extra month into the season to get things rolling. And that's simply just to be extra cautious as far as this timeline is concerned. And I don't see the need to rush him back. Not for anything to say that it's wrong with him, just for the simple fact that I think it's the smart thing to do for the team. And it's the same thing with Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy, you don't need to go out there and play when we're eliminated, man. We know you need the surgery in the offseason. Go ahead and get a jump start on it so that we can get you in the offseason program as early as possible so we can feel better about your rehab, so we can feel better about your development as a wide receiver that needs to continue to happen so that you can put on extra weight because you can go through a full weight training program in the offseason. So that's what these things really come down to. And I understand that these guys like to go out there and play. They're always going to push to play, but that's where the team needs to step in and do it to make sure that they're protected from themselves.
Yeah, Mid Country talked about that earlier, discussing whether Patrick should go on pup, you know what I'm saying, for like the first 4 weeks. I mean, as Caleb commented, 6 weeks. So, I mean, 4 to 6 week range, depending on where the progress is as far as the rehab goes. And we was talking about Jameis being on New Heights this weekend. We was talking about how he would be a
I don't think
good
it was a
backup.
coincidence, man.
Yeah, how he'd be a good backup and come and fill in for these first 4 weeks or first 6 weeks or whatever, and he'll hold up just fine. So
I just want to say this. Pat said, I asked the staff if they could just put a brace on it and I can go back.
that dude's a demon, man.
That's who he is.
That is ridiculous, man. Like, no, dude, you tore your ACL, bro.
That's who he is, man. So yeah, I mean, I'm confident that he'll be Patrick Mahomes. The issues with this team was that we asked him to be Patrick Mahomes way too much. That we had to ask him to do too much this year, and ultimately he paid for it with his ACL. So, but y'all know who I want as a backup quarterback. It's the guy that was on New Heights this past week, man. Give me Jameis Winston. Let's
Give me
have some
Jameis
fun.
Winston.
Yeah, we all on
He's gonna
board.
have his team
Let's
so
go.
motivated, bro. He
Let's
even
go.
had his
Out there
team
fighting.
so spiritually motivated.
Yes. And look, this is an important thing as far as what I've talked about it in aiming, I should say, to compete in 2027. It's if he comes back and you've gotten to the first month of the season and you're 500 or better, and he comes back, and then you're going into the playoffs and have a chance to win the AFC West, etc. It's not to say like you need to like take your foot off the gas or anything like that or tank. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the decisions for this team should be looked at for 2027 and beyond, specifically as far as making sure the foundations are in place where they need to be. And that includes making sure to protect Patrick Mahomes in this rehab to make sure that this second act of his career that is going to hopefully last a decade here as he gets into his 40s is, ready to go as far as that aspect too. So, I don't want to punt on 2026. I don't want to tank 2026. I just want to be very cautious about the way that you're building the team, and then B, the way that you're allowing Mahomes to rehab.
I think as long as Mahomes is playing and has breath in his body, his goal is going to be the Super Bowl. He's going to try to win it out.
Yeah, it should be.
I don't know if you're going to be able to fix all these holes this year. I think it's impossible, actually. I think there's a lot of fixes, a lot of depth pieces you're going to need, a lot of moving parts that need to be put in place. You can get to a lot of them, and maybe you can cover a lot. Maybe you can cover some of the bigger holes, but I don't think you're going to be able to fix this entire thing in 1 year. I just wonder, is it enough to compete, or do you want to compete? I mean, you can't say, do you want to compete? Because Pat's going to try to win the Super. Like, he's going to try to win the Super Bowl regardless. Like, he's not just going to let you be 9-8.
No, he's going to try and drag the team as far as he can take it. I mean, try to do it this year, obviously. But the thing about it is, it's just you look at the teams in the field right now. None of these teams are particularly scary. Like, it's not like there's super teams out there. So competing is not that crazy. You can compete with holes. That does happen. You got to have some of these guys, these young guys, step up, in my personal opinion, for sure. And you have to make the right decisions. I think that there are, and again, we're going to do this and choose your own offseason and tell the truth. That there are responsible ways, in my opinion, that you can add to the running back room, that you can add the right piece at the wide receiver room at the right value, in my personal opinion, that you can add the right piece at safety, that you can make the responsible decision at cornerback, whichever pathway that you choose that aspect of it. Jeffrey Bassett can be a will linebacker. I think you probably need to bring Leo Chanel back in that kind of case. I think you can add a run stuffing defense tackle in the right aspect of it, and then even add a difference making edge rusher if you get into that being your high price ticket item. It's like a Boye Mafe in the offseason. And I can understand why that would make sense, and it fits with what you want to do the rest of the offseason. So I understand your point, and I guess it's funny because I've been the pessimistic one. I think that there is a realistic, there's a pathway, I'll say, to fixing the roster holes. It's just it's almost even more so that I'm concerned about the schematic holes that concern me as far as the team is concerned.
Yeah, I mean, just feel like we in the AFC. The AFC kind of on the downside this year, low key.
The whole league is, and don't get me wrong, like I still think the NFC is better than the AFC as far as the Rams and Seahawks, but like the whole league is everybody's flawed.
Yeah, and the way I feel about it is, you can give us 2 years. I mean, we'll be back in the mix again if the Chiefs build it right. It's up to the Chiefs if they want to build it right. So we gotta see what they do this offseason, the next offseason, and if things go well these next 2 off seasons, I mean, we'll be back in it. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I don't think they far off. It is going to depend on Andy Reid. How much is he going to be willing to change? Because I think it just starts at the head, and if you're not going to be willing to change, then it's not going to change until you ride off into the sunset. But I think from a little bit of his statements, and I think Pat did kind of make one statement today when he described his OC that he wants, new ideas. I think that was a veiled message that was sent to a few people, particularly Andy, particularly Brett Veach. I think that he did send that message today of, we need to be creative. We need some new ideas. No matter who y'all bring in here, we need to be creative. We need new ideas. It's got to change. So I think that message was sent. Was the message received? And if it was received, how will it be received? Will it be received with, we got this, we've been to the Super Bowl 5 out of 7 years, or will it be, damn, yeah, maybe we do need to change? I think coming from him, and like I've been saying, this is literally Pat's team. Everybody that's it I don't think nobody's ahead of him anyway, but all the other guys that you call on as leaders are slowly about to phase out. Travis is maybe a year left. Chris Jones, year or two left. Those guys are starting to slowly phase out, and it's literally Pat's. This is your team. I know it's been his team, but it's just no other voices in this. It's just you now. So I think in his later years, I think Pat's gonna like start throwing his weight around, and I think that might start this year because I know for a fact, and I do not know the man. I know he was not happy about this year, and I know we can't go into doing the same things that we were doing. I just know sooner or later that he's going to voice these the apprehension and the what's the proper word for it? Help me out, Chuck. His displeasure with the way this system is being run. I know sooner or later that's coming. This is going to come to a head because even on the field, a lot of things got in the way. Wanye Morris and all that, and then he's slowly starting to. I don't like that. Get that out of here. I don't like that. I think he's going to have to start developing his voice and start throwing his weight around because this is literally your team. It's not Andy's team anymore. I think it's Pat's team from here on out.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, and you saw like I can't remember what game it was, but you saw Patrick. He got a call in the huddle, or like I think when the coaches tried to get his attention on the sideline, he just had that look on his face, like really gonna call this.
And you're
Had that,
seeing
he
that
had that,
more, a lot
yeah.
more than you used to. I'm sorry, I interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, you good.
No, look, I hope he does throw his weight around. And nobody knows better than him, how it feels to be out there in this system in which he's asked to do a lot, and
Right.
how much put on his plate, on a snap to snap basis. So I hope he does start throwing his weight around. I, the competitive type of guy he is, um, and I trust that this is who he is. I know he is sitting back furious watching these playoffs, knowing how wide open the field looks and
Mhm.
how it is something that they can attack. But more so just watching these other quarterbacks being able to operate in some of these other systems and just saying, hey, I'd love to be able to do those sorts of things. And so I'm hoping that in addition to using his voice more, he uses it right in the right direction to be able to say, hey, let's get some of these things in here. And who do we need to hire and bring those guys in to make sure that we're operating in this way moving forward so that we can run the ball, so that we can be able to use the play action passes, so that I can get under center and be able to put the defense in conflict and be able to rely upon some of these things and take some of this weight off my shoulders so I can be even more dangerous and more aggressive and more, devastating as a quarterback because the defense has to worry about so many things on a snap to snap basis. So I do think that he is going to start throwing his weight around. This is around the time in which he's matured, I think, to do so. I trust him more than I know most says he wants his old college coach back. I think that I trust him more than just saying that he just wants an old buddy back. I think that he's going to look around and be like, I want some of these systems and some of the advantages that they're giving the quarterbacks, and he wants to operate with them. So
I,
yeah, I trust him.
I think winning outweighs that for him. Of I want my old buddy back. I think
Yeah.
winning outweighs that part. Like, will he help me win? Which I don't know. I'm Kingsbury is. I don't know about that
We
one.
need we
That's
need
I
to
don't
get
know
Pat, we
about
need to
that.
get Pat away from that, bro. That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah, that sounds like a old buddy, old pal. There's a video floating around of Matt Ryan. Did you see that, D-Mac?
Of him talking about through practice and like giving direction to his teammates
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. Have you seen that video?
I have, yeah.
My thought and my hope is that this injury might be a blessing in disguise, where Pat is watching more film and seeing really, really, really self-evaluating himself and seeing those type of things. We would never find out about this, but I wonder how active he is in wide receiver meetings and tight end meetings and running back meetings. How Matt Ryan, I thought Matt Ryan was a great quarterback, but I was just really, really impressed by that footage. Like, damn, this really is Matt Ryan's team. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's in the meetings, he's suggesting plays, he's telling you, I like that. Oh, I messed up there, but I like what you did. And that type of I want Pat to get to that complete. I got my hands in the cookie jar. I got my hands all over this damn team. I want to see Pat grow into that in his 30s.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially just, I think your point about the film aspect is interesting, because he's talked about the fact that now he feel like some of these teams are triggering on things that they've seen for years now, and they have plans for it and they're ready for it and developing for it. So now the next adjustment is just say, hey, how can we punish you for being able to try and take advantage of the things that you're seeing ahead of time? And he's a very detail oriented type of guy. He obviously cares a lot about making sure his teammates are up to speed and stuff. So it's just one of those things where, in a similar manner of I think Andy and Mahomes, or Mahomes was Andy Reid's kind of spirit animal at quarterback. I just want to get that that offensive coordinator that he could just feel like he could be just a football nirvana with, and that's the thing for me. If he can get that together, then I feel like that's the next step in his evolution from a mental side of the game and being able to attack defenses.
Yeah,
And
John.
another point. Go
My
ahead.
fault.
Go ahead. Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, John. I'm gonna say none. Go ahead,
What
country.
you say?
You said
What
you
was the
Yes,
forget
how
how
question?
many
many
national
national
championships.
championships did Cliff go to?
Oh man. I like the fact that, and I think this point isn't being talked about enough. He's in Kansas City rehabbing, so he's in the building every day. I know Andy's in the building every day. I know Brett V. I don't know if Brett Veach is in the building every day,
He better
but
be in the building every day.
I mean, I'm saying he might be out scouting or whatever. Yeah, he
Oh,
probably still in the building every day. He
he
probably
should
is
be
in
in
the
the
building.
he should be in the building every day. He could go to the national championship game and scout if he wants to, I suppose. But should be in the
Yeah,
building every day.
I wonder the dynamic of Pat being in the building every day, because I know he's working out. I know he's probably watching film, and I wonder, is it, yo, Andy, I seen this. Like, the same way they say Brett Veach was kicking down the door, beating that for Patrick Mahomes. I wonder, is Pat Mahomes in the building right now? Like, yo, I seen this. We should try this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Throwing in changes, and this was looking to me, this stood out to me. Like, I wonder, is he using his power to do those things? I
I
want
guess
him to
some of
use
it
his
is
power for good.
I guess some of it is walk by faith and not by sight, but I do think he is. I feel like he is the type of person that would, because he's detail oriented, he's attack his rehab, and he can't do the normal stuff that he'd be doing. So
Right.
maybe he just over indexes on the film aspect of it. So I do hope it is. And similar to what you said as far as his message and talking about the offensive coordinator they wants in here, I think he's probably expressed those views to Andy Reid too.
Uh,
Um,
um,
it,
if he
I'm
said
sure,
it, if he said it to us, he's damn near said it. He's damn
right,
sure said it to
I'm
them.
sure he said. I'm sure he said it multiple times. So we'll see. And again,
Eh,
I'm skeptical. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm praying that obviously when this hits January 19th, we will get a flurry of interview requests out from the Chiefs to saying, "Hey, we want to talk to this person, this person, this person," because Nagy is officially done.
Did we talk
And look,
about Joe Cullen?
yeah, he got a DC interview with
We didn't
Colin. We
talk.
talked about
Okay.
that on Tell the Truth. I don't think it's necessarily going to go anywhere, but if he moves on, I'm not going to be all that upset just because I don't think you've seen incredible growth from any of the defensive linemen. So, and again, that may be a Spags thing, but I'm good if he ends up moving on. But yeah, no,
So
I think that he's talked about them to the OCs, and we'll see what happens in a few days here.
it's interesting how
Yeah.
Chris Jones reacted to it though on Twitter. He was like, "Oh,
Yeah. Chris
yeah,
Chris Jones is hilarious.
I didn't see what Jones said.
He
Yeah.
said, "Oh shit."
But anyway, let's go and take a commercial break real quick, man. Let's go and pay some bills here.
He got
All right,
commercials.
so shout out to the good people on Underdog Fantasy. Use that promo code Kingdom Cast. That's KINGDOMKAST. All in one word. Use that promo code when you sign up. New customers bet $5, get $75 in bonus credits. You can download it on App Store or Google Play. NFL playoffs is this weekend. As we will preview the divisional round here in a sec. I'm sure they got some props that you want to look at and put a little coin on it and make it do what it do. Cause I know for some of y'all fellas, y'all lady, you know what I'm saying, you got Valentine's Day coming up here in like a month. So yeah, I'm sure you want to get that
Man,
together. So
and a
yeah,
birthday.
yep. So again, use that promo code KingdomCast all in one word to sign up to Underdog Fantasy.
For sure.
All
And we
right,
might
so
have a new sponsor if Chuck approves it.
yeah, we got another one in the making here. So stay tuned for that. All right, so excuse me, hold on. It's that time of the year, people. Starting to feel. Hope I'm not getting sick, but kind of feeling a little bit.
Oh man,
But
you don't want to
anyway,
catch that shit.
yeah, let's go on to talk about the playoffs here, man. So, yeah, Bills and Broncos. Let's go and get that out the way. It's the Buffalo Bills. I'm not falling for that Denver crap. Denver is one and done. Josh Allen, the Bills offense will find a way to break down that Denver defense throughout the course of the game. I expect Josh Allen to perform efficiently again, and the defense making enough stops.
Or are we bringing back the hate watch for Saturday afternoon?
Hell yes.
Yeah, yes, we're bringing it back, but it's
Hell
not going to end
yes.
well for us.
Those Broncos. I want to. I think the more fascinating thing, and Coach, I obviously want to hear you think is going to win. Which one do you guys prefer to win? Because I am very slightly on the Bill side. I don't like either one of these teams. I hate both of them with a passion. I don't consider the Bills a rival because they've never beaten us when it matters most. But I do. Obviously the Broncos going one and done would bring joy to the world, in my personal opinion. But I think that the Texans are going to go into New England, spoiler alert, and win that game. And I would love to see Josh Allen have to go to Houston, face that defense with a Super Bowl berth on the line. So I'm very slightly going for the Bills because I hate the Donkeys a little bit more. And I like that storyline a bit more. But go ahead,
Ma-
Coach.
And that's how I
there's
feel about it, D Mac. I'm never gonna root for a divisional rival to win anything. So,
Yeah.
you know, go ahead, country.
there's a Twitter account. I think it's Broncos 365 or something
Yeah,
like
I've
that.
seen that account quite often this week.
And
Yeah,
this dude is so he's so arrogant right now, and I just want to see that balloon popped like viciously. Um, yeah, I got the Bills, and I want them to win big too. Don't pull out a victory at the end, Josh Allen. Dominate this team, and then properly go get whooped by the Houston Texans, and we all gonna be happy. We all gonna be happy then. I got Houston. Yeah. I no, we're not rooting for the Broncos. It's impossible. It's physically impossible for me to root for the Broncos. I think the luck runs out. If they win, it's gonna be some lucky. Oh God, ugh, it's gonna be something lucky, bro. It's just they've been sliding on a razor blade between hell and heaven, and they just been praying and blessing their lucky stars. Man, I think it ends though this week. So
I'm gonna say this right now. The Bills get to 21 points. The Broncos are done. And I'm gonna stick to that. D Mac, you mentioned Texans. You said Texas. You got the Texans right.
hmm Yeah, I think I think it'll be an interesting game. The big thing is they're probably not going to have Nico Collins. The Patriots are going to get Christian Gonzalez back, so that's going to be a big problem. The Patriots
Didn't
defense
didn't
is
Gonzo get
good.
didn't Gonzo play last week?
Yeah, well, but I meant
yeah, he
just
got a
because
concussion.
he got a concussion, so he had to go through the
Oh,
protocol.
okay.
It seems
Well,
like
I was
he
asleep
was
for
a
most of
full
that
part.
game. So
Yeah, well, I don't blame you. He was a full participant this week, so he should be back. I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots win this game. To be fair, I wouldn't be shocked. But I think that CJ Stroud will be better than he was versus the Steelers. I think the Steelers
He
defense
better
is better
be.
than the Patriots. He's going to have to be for sure. I think the Texans defense is just the best unit left in the entire playoffs. I think they're awesome, dog.
Yeah.
So I can see them frustrating the Patriots. And honestly, the Patriots offense did not look all that good versus the Chargers. and that's just
Yeah.
me. And I think that they're going to face an even steeper competition next week.
Oh man, the
Yeah, as
Texans
much as
defense.
my fault.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. So yeah. I would love to see the Bills and Texans go at it again because I mean that's been the Bills' kryptonite, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. As great as the Texans been looking on defense all season long, there might be a little ding in the armor. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw some film today with Derek Stingley. As great as Derek Stingley has been, he do be falling for double moves, and I've seen the Patriots run that quite a bit in their offense. You know what I'm saying? I mean, whether it's Diggs, whether it's Booty, you know what I'm saying? If Stingley lines up and one of their side or whatever, and the Texas pass rush is not getting there, I mean, it might be a bit of trouble. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's just something to look out for.
If
Ah
you're
man,
if you're gonna if you're gonna beat the Texans defense, you have to hit them with explosives because you're not going to be able to
yeah,
put together an 11 play drive on them. That's just not how you're going to be able to beat them. And obviously, the Patriots can hit those explosives in the pass game.
I
right.
seen
So the
Patrick.
key, right. So the key for the Patriots is to be able to you know what I'm saying, hold up on the offensive line. You know what I'm saying? You know, Drake May pre-snap. You know, make sure the protections are right, and you know, for those running backs to even pick up a blitz or pick up possibly picking up a DN or a D tackle. You know what I'm saying? They get by somebody. So I'm gonna lean towards. I'm gonna go with the Patriots, man. I think the Patriots figured it out some type of way, but it's gonna be a low scoring war out there. You know what I'm saying? I think, and the thing that concerns with the Texas office is they didn't look all that great against the Steelers, man. C.J. Stroud, you know what I'm saying? He better be thankful his defense showed up, and I hope he paid for their dinner after that game. So I just feel like
You know what?
the Patriots will.
I
My
thought the
bad. Go
Texas
ahead.
offense actually looked really good, which is the unfortunate part. I thought the Texas offense looked really good. They were able to run the ball better than I expected them to. Kirk, and obviously played very well as far as that was concerned. They hit some of the explosives, Nico Collins, Jaden Higgins. It was just that CJ Stroud just had bad moments, even though he had really good moments where he threw the ball. So it, you just got to have less of those weird moments where you drop the snap or you had the bad interception. And I think they'll be in a better position as far as their offensive output is concerned because the way that they ran the ball, that is translatable, in my opinion, versus the New England Patriots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they did move the ball well. It's just that, like you said, they had those strange
Yeah,
moments. I mean,
mistakes.
CJ Stroud was dropping the ball quite a bit. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like whether it was him, his fault, you know, dropping the snap, or just him just not handling the ball well at all. I just feel like against this Patriots team, you can't live like that again. And I feel like Patriots are the type of
Yeah,
team that would take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go with Patriots.
absolutely.
I am rooting for the Texans, but I did see a mic'd up video of the Texans. That defense, boy, they some shit talkers, boy. Them some big talkers over there, boy. Now they
That's what
earned
you
the right
should
to
be.
talk. They
That's
have
what you
earned the right
should
to
be.
talk, but I wouldn't talk as much as they they were talking some
But
big.
no, but that's exactly what a defense should be. They should be shit talk every single great defense, 2000s Ravens, whatever one that you can think of. They exactly how they should be, and that's the type of mentality you have to play with. Every single time,
Yeah,
every single
but
time the
I seen
Steelers
people
have,
talk like that and get smacked the next week, bro. It's
yeah,
I,
but they've been
farmer
smacking
is
people they've been smacking people the entirety of the season. So I'll have to see it first if
they
that
have.
happens. But every single time the Steelers had a successful play on them, they took it personally just so they could punish them more. That is
Yeah,
the type of
yeah,
mentality that a good defense should have, or I shouldn't even say good defense, a great defense should have. Every single time you get yards on me, I take it personally, and I want to hit you harder for that. That's the way that they treat it, and I love
I,
that.
I
That's
think
what you
it's
need to
gonna
be.
be a good game. Drake May, you taking him he's going in the Drake May and Bo Nix. Y'all going in the deep water this week. So we're gonna see if y'all can swim this week. I think it might be easier for I don't know. Bo Nix probably can swim, but I don't know. Bo Nix, man. Ugh, yeesh. Anyway, so I got the Texans. Who we got on the NFC? Chucky?
Yeah, all I know is that I'm gonna enjoy watching that Patriots Texas game because it's gonna be extremely physical as hell. So that should be fun.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and go to the Seahawks and Niners.
Mm.
Here's the thing that I've been seeing on the timeline. Brock Purdy has never lost in Seattle. I've been seeing that. It kind of feels like, with the Bills, they didn't win a road playoff game in like 33 years, and then they finally got over that hump. It kind of feels like Seattle gonna get over this hump, man. I like what Mike McDonald is doing. I like their defense better. Niners defense. They stepped up in moments, you know what I'm saying? They came through last week in Philly. But everyone knows Philly's had their issues in the second half on offense all season long.
Mhm.
I just feel like in this situation, Seattle, they should have no issues running the football, and that's going to set up play action for Sam Darnold and JSN to connect quite often. And I think JSN
Darnell
will have a
Darnell popped up on the injury report though, late in the week though, bro.
yeah, but I think he's playing. But
I mean, I
JSN should
think
have
he
a big.
playing. Is he gonna be 100?
I feel like Sam. I think the way Seattle runs the ball, I think with Seattle being able to run the ball effectively, I don't think Sam Darnold will have to do a lot to win this one. I think Sam Darnold will just be efficient, and JSN will still have a big day regardless. I like Seattle's defense. I think they get the Purdy. They force him into some mistakes, and I think they've been known to shut down McCaffrey in this matchup. So they're gonna make Brock put that ball up. So I'm gonna roll with Seattle this time.
I I mean, it should be Seattle. They don't have Kittle. They're not gonna have Fred Warner. They're not gonna have Bosa. That it should be Seattle. But the things that Shanahan's been able to do, the things that he's been able to get after the defenses with, I think there was another stat that Shanahan, when he plays a team twice within like a month's time, I think he's got a really good record as far as that's concerned, because he's seen them enough. I don't know. Seattle should win this, but the fact that Shanahan is awesome as an offensive coach, the fact that they've continued to piece this together, and the fact that the reality situation is Sam Darnold could have a blow up game at any moment. And the last time we seen him in the playoffs, he was awful. That could
Yeah,
happen at any time. I'm not saying
yeah,
that it happens this week, and I'm not saying even if it does happen that they still can't overcome it. But boy, I tell you, that is going to scare the crap out of me. I'll go with Seattle, but that could go either way, in my opinion.
yeah. I'm gonna continue on my trend of all the Cinderellas getting exposed into pumpkins. So I think San Francisco, y'all put up a hell of a fight. I think it's just too much to overcome this week. Y'all put up a hell of a fight though. I just think the Cinderella story ends this week for a lot of people. For
Yeah.
New England, for Denver, for San Francisco. I think it was a hell of a run, and maybe Chicago. So
And speaking of that, I mean, this could be a team that might have that glass slipper still on, man. Let's get to it. Rams and Bears. Now, I have said the Rams, I'm sticking with the Rams come out the NFC, but I would not be surprised if Caleb pulls another rabbit out of his hat once again, because look, this is the game of the week. This game gonna have a lot of points. It just feels like the Rams are going to be up in the fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden, Caleb all of a sudden just has this late game magic voodoo once again, and he comes out as the Iceman and breaks the Rams' heart. You know what I'm saying? Breaks one more his team's heart. But I'm gonna stick with the Rams. But it would not surprise me if the Bears pull this off one more time because
that
it
that
feels like
boy
it's setting
that
up
boy
that way.
that boy gonna get he about to get a nickname pretty soon if he keep pulling off these
That's
I
Iceman.
mean, they
late
call
That's
him
game
the
Iceman,
heroes.
Iceman.
man. They call
The
him
They call him the
Iceman,
Iceman.
that's what they
Iceman.
call him.
That's his nickname,
Yeah.
Iceman.
He about
Um,
as corny as Drake, so yeah, that makes
This
sense.
is this is really unfortunate. I really did not want this to happen until the NFC Championship game, just because these are the two teams that I've been happy for. I would say throughout this entire schedule. I think the Rams are the best team in the league. I still do believe that, but this is a very interesting and precarious position for you to have to go on the road in a very cold environment, and obviously Stafford's
Very
play there. But
cold.
all things considered, that Bears stadium is going to be absolutely bonkers, as it was obviously versus the Packers as well. The Bears feel like they are, in a good position. They feel like they have a lot of confidence. I think there are ways in which the Bears certainly can get after this Rams defense because of some of the ways in which the Rams defense, was gave up some stuff to the Carolina Panthers. And then you need one or two things to not go your way, and all of a sudden you're out of the playoffs. Like you said, Chuck, I think a lot of points put up. I think it'll be incredibly entertaining. I'm going to lean Rams because I think they're a better team. But man, I would not be shocked if the Bears, won this game. And it would be really fun. Bears Bears Seahawks, I think, would be a very significant advantage to the Seahawks. But it would be very fun if you got a Bears Niners rematch after the things that we just saw. That Bears Niners game to end the regular season, and then you got that back in Chicago for the AFC Championship game. But also Rams versus
right,
either one of the Seattle Seahawks or Niners will be incredibly fun too. So
Yeah, a division
for
game.
sure.
Oh,
yeah,
it could be a double division game for the championship games. That'd be crazy. New England versus Buffalo,
yeah.
and that would be a hell of a weekend.
It
Man, I was chilling at the house. I was bored. We were going to a birthday party. I was watching Chicago versus the Packers, and the Packers were up 21-3. I think did the Packers miss a field goal or somebody had just missed a field goal? I'm like,
Yeah,
this
they missed
game
two of
is
them.
over. It's over. I don't want to watch it. It's boring. Chicago wasn't ready. Then I looked up at the bar at my brother-in-law's birthday. Shout out to Nunu. Happy birthday. And it was 27-24. And the Bears scored, and it was 31. And I said, this game was over. Why are we even here? This game was supposed to be flipping the ante right now. Or what was the movie that Raiders flipped? This game should be over. Chicago got heart, man. Chicago got heart, and they gonna battle to the end. And like D-Mac said, if you make a mistake, you look up, and all of a sudden you're in a game that you didn't expect to be in, and they've been doing it all year. Oh man, it would be crazy if Chicago was to win this game. But I'm gonna go with the vet. I think Matt Stafford, bro. It's your time, bro. Go ahead. Don't DG got an Abby bet with Trey about Seattle and Sam Darnold? What's the bet again? That crazy bet that Trey made about having a
Oh,
Sam
the
Darnold
bet the bet where he didn't risk anything, or where Trey didn't risk anything, he just randomly decided to take all the risk. I don't know.
But here's the
one
interesting
eight
thing
hundred
about these,
gamblers addict for
for
Trey.
sure. 1-800 gambler. But yeah, here's the thing.
1-800 gamblers.
Here's the thing that's going to be interesting in this matchup. The Niners rushing offense against the Bears rushing defense. I think they both top 5 in those categories. It's going to be interesting to see who wins that battle. But man, that's going to be a hell of a game, man. And, I mean,
It's
that's
gonna be a
that's
good
that's
game.
literally another coin flip game, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's gonna be cold out that bitch too, bro.
Because like,
It's supposed
dog,
to be like
because it's
negative
good.
30 or something.
Because as good as the Rams have been this year, we have seen them blow games when they was up late, and Sean McVay just somehow mismanaged the clock. You know what I'm saying? He'll have those type of moments. So against this Bears team, you don't want to do that, but it would not
or,
surprise me if that happened.
or they decide not to block Jalen Carter on the last snap.
Dog.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm so pissed because I
So
knew we was
in the
gonna beat
Super
the
Bowl,
Rams. Look,
the
because I
Seahawks,
knew we was gonna beat the Rams in the Super Bowl, but
Okay.
the Seahawks can't make the Super Bowl if they don't. He has to rock Russell Wilson added for a month.
Oh my
So if
god,
they
that's a
don't
silly
make, so
bet.
if he, so if they don't make the Super Bowl, then he loses the bet. And if
okay,
they do make the Super Bowl, then DG loses the bet.
yeah.
DG confirms that's correct.
I
I don't
think
know.
that's how
DG is
I think that's how it goes.
We'll see.
looking kind of shaky right now,
We'll
bro.
see what happens. I just I think it'll be incredibly fun. Like Chuck said, this will be game of the week. A lot of points put up, so I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just over 2 hours into this, man. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Like thank everybody for tuning in. The 100 folks that are in here, appreciate it. Once this video ends, please hit the hype button, hit the like button. And if you watch us on Twitter, please hit the retweet and like button and share it to everyone that you know. Until the next episode, we out, Chase Kingdom.
Hey, happy birthday to my grandma. Happy 85th, grandma. I love you.
Happy
My
birthday
birthday's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, happy birthday to your grandma, man.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.